Someone gave me this screenshot of this Am I the A-hole thread. It was a screenshot, so I went over to Reddit to see if I can find the rest of it. It was already deleted by the time I went over there. However, there was an article that featured it, so I was able to get some screenshots of the rest of this story. Now, when women do these Am I the A-hole posts, it just really seems like women are just asking for validation for their normal emotions that they're feeling regarding how they are being treated. Let's get into this one. Am I the a hole for being upset over not getting a plate on Thanksgiving? I love cooking and I love holidays. Ever since the price of groceries went up, I haven't enjoyed cooking or even planning meals. This Thanksgiving, I was extra grateful to have a really nice meal. I couponed and I took the bus to 3 different stores to make sure I had everything needed. I had to work a double shift, but stayed up late all night to prepare everything. I even made note cards with instructions for my partner and sent texts throughout the day to remind him. When I got home and walked into the kitchen to the sink full of dishes and an empty dishwasher, I asked my partner why the dishes didn't get done, and he said they wouldn't all fit, and some of the pans were too big, so I didn't know what you wanted me to do with them. Instantly annoyed because WTF did he mean what I wanted to do? God forbid the dishwasher has to run twice and some hand washing was needed. I go to the fridge and don't see any leftovers. I asked him where my food is, and he goes right into talking about how good the food was. He told me the turkey looked awesome and it was the best one yet, how my kids got to eat seconds. He invited 3 of his friends who didn't have anywhere to go, and they took the leftovers off his hands for him. They took the leftovers off his hands. Okay, so this is the part where I have to use the screenshots from the article to get the rest of the story. She continues with, maybe it's because we haven't been able to afford much meat lately, or because I followed a new recipe. Regardless, I was really looking forward to this meal. I asked him where my food was. I asked him where the turkey carcass was because I can make soup from that and I don't waste food. He just looked at me and said, it's all gone. He couldn't save me so much of a roll. He told me I didn't tell him to save me some, and he thought I was going to eat at work. I started telling him how excited I was and how hungry I was, and his response was, well, I pay for the food, so I can do whatever I want with it. Next year, you can pay for it and get a plate. I took a sleeve of crackers and locked my bedroom door. About 20 minutes later, I hear him getting in the shower and my kids knocking at the door. They told me about their day and how yummy the food was. My oldest apologized for eating 2 plates, and I instantly felt like an a-hole. I told him I was so happy he enjoyed it. He is a picky eater, and no need to say sorry. They spent the rest of the night telling me what they were going to ask Santa for. My partner said I was a selfish a-hole because so many people got to eat, and I could just donate plasma for money to make another meal on my day off. Am I the a-hole? So that was the story. And I'm just going to read some of the comments. I'm sure if you have been on my pages long enough, you know how I feel about this. So let's just read some of the comments. Oh my God, in what world would your partner not think to save you a plate? You are not the a-hole. Your partner's utter disregard for your hard work and feelings, coupled with selfish actions on Thanksgiving, is unacceptable. His suggestion to donate plasma for another meal is insensitive. You are not the a-hole in this situation. And then this person says, I see red, so much red from this comment alone. Seriously, OP already worked themselves to the bone, and this inconsiderate prick has the gall to say, just go bleed yourself dry if you want to eat. That's not a partner, that's a parasite. And not just go bleed yourself dry, but go clean up the mess I was too lazy to deal with after your double shift. After her double shift, and after she literally made all the dishes and put together detailed instructions on how to heat everything up. In my house, if one person cooks, the other cleans up. Now, please understand that I know Reddit can sometimes, some people say, I know how some people might not believe that Reddit is real. I get it. But I do understand and know who is typically the ones cooking, cleaning, and still working. So even if this one isn't particularly real, this happens. And this is the reason why women have got to start opting out. If your services, if your energy, if your love is not reciprocated, stop doing it. Opt out. And that brings me to this video where it's a Christmas and this man is videoing everybody, showing off their gifts, showing off their stockings, and then he lands on his wife who doesn't have a stocking with anything in it. Even the dog had something in his stocking, his or her stocking, even the dog. But the husband didn't even think to get this wife anything. And you already know that the wife is the one that stuffed everybody else's stockings. And the husband couldn't even stuff this woman's stockings. And she put on this really uncomfortable looking smile while her husband is kind of joking about the fact that she doesn't have anything in her stocking. And she put on this uncomfortable smile because her kids are there. And that's what moms do. And that's what women do. We grin and bear it. And at some point, somebody has got to really explain to single women what they are missing out on when they have supposed partners like this that are so inconsiderate of their feelings. Please explain. Please explain. Some of the comments, she laughs, but I knew inside it hurt. Stephanie says, all of us women felt that in our stomach, that hurt. Bells, the hurt she hid behind that smile and chuckle. The moms create Christmas magic for everyone, including the dog, but are forgotten every single year. Did he really ask her why it was empty? That's actually so sad. The hurt behind, I don't know. I guess Santa didn't come for me. Yes, imagine. As a woman who is contemplating leaving, this broke my heart because it really does hurt. We all know behind that laugh, she is hurt. This is a good example that mom does all the stuff and nobody notices. Whenever I'm confused about something, I say, I feel like a dad on Christmas morning, and I'd like to think it hits home with my husband. This person says, not just the lack of gifts, the lack of thought. Don't just get anything. Get something you know they'll like to show you pay attention. And this person, I got a bit teary. You can tell there is some pain behind the that's mine. When are women going to be appreciated? It's no wonder that women are opting out of marriage and opting out of children because it's such a lack of appreciation, support, care, and love. So many moms and women in general are just unappreciated and undervalued for all that we do. And so as women continue to pull back on all the free labor and the constant giving and the constant sacrifice, it will be felt. Because just looking at that woman feel unappreciated. Just thinking about the people that have eaten up all the food without helping to cook, clean, chop up anything, sweep anything, load a dishwasher. Understand that women have given, and sometimes we have got to start pouring back into ourselves if it's not reciprocated. Pour into yourself if the people around you have decided that you're unworthy. Y'all jump in the comments and let me know what you think about this one. Like, comment, share.